So that I got reminded of the question that, so you apparently are an expert witness, you mentioned on your website. So what does that entail? Like, what are you called in for?
Well, an expert witness is an interesting position to take because what you really do is you become the interpreter for the trier of fact, which is either a judge or a jury. And so my job is to explain the law, and I'm supposed to do that without tipping it one way or the other. But the one thing that happens is there's one from both sides, and what ultimately happens in those situations is the trier of fact says, I believe what this person's saying more than I believe what this person's saying. And that's my whole job. I have to win over the trier fact. Most ERISA litigation matters are in front of a judge. So what I'm really doing is I'm becoming the expert that explains to the judge, and the judge thinks what I'm saying is more consistently correct or accurate than the other side. And the judge will still always consider what the other side says, but they always get a favorite. And they'll literally ask questions. Okay, this thing happened. Now, what's the law on that? And they'll ask both of us to respond. And the judge reacts always to the person who speaks clearest and simplest. And quite frankly, I joke about this all the time, but I write all of the briefings that I do when I get involved as an expert witness for the judge's clerk, because it's the judge's clerk that has to figure out what the decision is going to be, and they end up writing the decision. So I tend to give a lot of history, a lot of explanation of why Congress set the plans up this way and why they changed the law to go this way, because that really helps the person who's trying to analyze it understand something that they just quite frankly don't understand. I mean, you started this whole discussion about how you've been practicing forever and you don't know what the heck ERISA means, and nobody does, and that's really honestly the case. So a lot of my job is to be the person that explains it all to the judge or the trier of fact.